Good evening, and welcome to another weather-beaten version of Diatribes from the voice of Doom. Now here's your wary and worried host, voice of Doom. Alright. I'm back and it's cold, but trying to get used to it, and I know we're not even close to winter yet. So I have a lot to say, and I don't really know what I'm going to say. It's going to be a free association, bunch of random musings about what's happening, which is a lot. Okay. Prior to the election, I was saying that the best part of Orangey actually winning, which I was in doubts about, for reasons that you would see if you watched those episodes, it happened, and he won, and everything I was looking forward to came in tidal waves to the point where I'm even tired of watching the anguish and wailing and gnashing of teeth, sackcloth and ashes of the wokester left idiots. And I still take joy in it, and I hope that they fade into the woodwork of history and are never heard of again. So I'm not gonna deviate on that. But as far as Doom is concerned, it's worse than if Gargoyle had won. The chances of a major conflagration probably went 100 times higher on November 5th, and it's not because it's because Orangey won, but it's also because well, I won't say why. It's not because Orangey is going to cause these conflagrations. First of all, he left the poker game with a good hand and went to the bathroom, and when he came back, he saw that the hand was completely different. Instead of having aces and eights, he had jack high. So whatever, saying that they're gonna unleash something, and I'll tell you why, and everybody knows why. This would be a ridiculous one to do. The right-wing conservative touts and wags and talking heads are enjoying themselves to an extreme degree, saying it's a new era, it's a new hope, and everything's gonna start coming together. All kinds of things are happening. Orangey's doing more in his pre-inaugural days than most presidents get done in 2 terms. And that's the way Orangey's going to be. And the thing about him is he does not hide his feelings. He does not hide his intentions. And now he's assembling a team that will not hide their intentions. And he helped his party to an extreme degree like no other candidate ever has. So they owe him, but they don't want to owe him because you helped me win, but you're going to expose me. Most of the high mucky mucks in the government are corrupt, and they should be in jail if there was true justice in what's the United States for now. If there was true justice, then all those people in high office, and I won't say every single one of them, but I bet you at least 70% of them are corrupt in some way or another. is they make money off their knowledge, which is against the law. It's like insider trading. But they do it through proxies, and I know they have all kinds of tricks. Even an idiot can figure out how they do it. And they will pay, if not this lifetime, then the next one. So I'm not too worried. But Orangey is saying things and indicating the things he's going to do that's going to step on many toes. And some of those toes belong to people with many billions of dollars at their disposal, and they can buy whatever they want. Oh, just think about that. I have $500 billion. All right, maybe not that much. $100 billion, and I want to see this guy, this thorn, out of my shoe. And people are going to work toward that aim without that powerful person saying a word. And I think you know what I'm driving at. When you see all these people grinning from ear to ear, and then it escalates. It doesn't dim, it doesn't calm down. The lefties are getting more loony, and the righties are getting more elated to the point where I don't want to see their bubble burst. It's going to be pathetic. It's going to be just like other times in history where people's heroes are cut down and stopped from what they want to do. And they weep. I give you one A. Lincoln. All right. Now, the righties, I don't want to see their hopes so high that the higher it is, the more I know it's going to burst. And it's going to be burst in a very sad way that could really decide on what we're all about as people. And I don't know what the answer is, but are people going to take that when it happens? Or what? What's going to happen with the military? Where are their loyalties? With whoever just happens to be in charge? Or, I mean, you can see the mess. I'm more scared about doom than I was a month ago. So let's not kid ourselves. There's too much change being proffered loudly than people are ready to accept. And by people, I mean the powers that be. Somehow, this is not working out for me. My days of debauchery, of excess, of doing what I want with whoever I want are over. If this guy does what he says he's going to do. There's probably executives that could go up for mass murder charges for promoting something they knew was dangerous. I won't say what. Fill in the blanks. There's always things like that. I wish people would realize I don't like so much cheering in this cult of personality that Orangey's becoming, because now you got the football players dancing and you got the boxers dancing and you have idol worship. And that's even more of a reason why I wish Orangey would talk to me for just like a half hour alone. And maybe it might be too much for him to take, but he needs wisdom. Now, let's talk about the lefties. I'm getting already tired of watching righties, making fun and laughing and pointing fingers at the left-wing wokester females who think that their bodily autonomy is going to be taken away, so I'm just gonna shave my head and not have sex with strangers anymore. Well, that's a good step in the right direction. So you see, Orangey's culture is even having the effect on the lefties that they don't realize is what the right people want. So obvious. Come on. I don't have to do this. But then we have the absolute bald admission by one side of, well, both sides to a certain extent, but one side especially, spouting hyperbola, and then the next day after that person that they lambasted wins, groveling, kissing ass of that same person, or just accepting the person as like, yeah, that's the devil incarnate, but since he was elected, well, I'll go shake his hand. And everybody sees through it. They've exposed themselves. Just a dumpster fire of all of that. And that's why I'm afraid for Orangey. Because at the rate it's going, oh my God. This Orangey guy is a supernatural person. He's not going to stop. And he's going to change things, and a lot of things will be for the better. Probably most of them. People can go back to their own countries and fight for their rights. People died in this country for independence. They shouldn't go back to their despot regimes, which they're seeking asylum from, and clean up their own country and make it a nice country. Why not? Give me a break. But the groveling and the whatever, you know what I'm talking about, this jokester, Scarsdale, and his lovely wife, Mika, who's part of the deep state. I mean, her dad was the Secretary of State. Give me a break. Immediately after calling someone the devil and the worst and Hitler and lying to our face, and everybody knows they're lying, goes to that self-same devil and says, can we talk and have lunch, have breakfast? And Orangey says, yeah, all right. Now, of course, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, oh, this is sweet, because I'm going to be nice to them, and it's going to piss them off even more. But that's not it. It's the same old adage from The Godfather. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I mean, no one could be that magnanimous. It's like, let's bygones be bygones. Yes, I won, so I'm happy. And I will forgive everyone for what they did to me. Try to shoot me twice. You know, put me through all kinds of hell with some rinky-dink little charges. And then say I'm a convicted felon, and I'm Hitler, and I'm evil, and I will destroy this country. But yeah, let's have breakfast. So keep your enemies closer. Now, everybody knows television medium and soon cable medium is going to be dead. We will get all our information through whatever means we find necessary and not be beholden to these big corporations, which is another reason why the powers are pissed. So I think I gave you a lot to think about there. I could probably go on and on like this. I just don't like the adulation, and I don't like the elation. Because something will happen that will just reverse everything on a dime. And we'll go from a country of hope to a country of someone's going to get their pounds of flesh from everybody. It's going to be civil war. Literally. And if it's not civil war, it just means that we as a people are too stupid to put up with. We'll just put up with anything and just go stream, you know, Game of Thrones, whatever. I'll talk more about this later. I'll give it a day. And enjoy, everybody, and watch out.